There are 4 types of quitters you're gonna come across in these UFC games, and in this video, I'm gonna tell you what your quitting style says about you. The first one is a very common type of quitter, and I call them the drop quitter. This is the guy that quits out of the match as soon as you knock them down. Now, what I've noticed about these guys is that prior to the knockdown that leads to them quitting, the match is usually sort of competitive, and the knockdown only confirms that if they keep going with this match, they'll get brutally KO'd. It's almost like in the back of their mind, they're thinking, oh my god, bro, here we freaking go again. Another player that just has to be decent at this game and won't let me just have my fun by beating them. If you're a drop quitter, you don't really want a challenge. It's not necessarily because you suck. You just have more fun being the hammer, at least at this moment. Your competitive drive is there, or else you wouldn't be playing online at all, but it's not strong enough to push you to want to overcome adversity. If you're in quick match when this happens, it's probably because you specifically went to quick match to find easy, chill matches where you'll have fun winning without much resistance. But then here comes another clearly decent player ruining your fun, and you just can't have that. The knockdown is the catalyst, the final thing that pushes you beyond the initial frustration of having to try just a little. You don't want to try to win. You want to sit back, relax in your chair, and stump a few bums for a bit. That's why you quit as soon as you get knocked down. Now, before we get to number 2, I want to talk about a version of the drop quitter. The one I call the skill check quitter. Now, they're very similar, but the key difference between the drop quitter and the skill check quitter is that the skill check quitter leaves the match as soon as he notices there's a skill difference. He doesn't wait for you to get a knockdown before he quits. Nah, this guy only needs you to do 1 or 2 things that lets him know you're decent and he's gone. It could be because you're refusing to back up and you're countering him very well, or it could be because you're dodging way too many of his strikes. It doesn't matter. If he feels that you're good, he's out of there with the quickness of Sonic. This one is always freaking hilarious when it happens. The second type of quitter you're gonna come across is hands down the most shameless type of quitter. If this is you, bro, I don't know how you don't cringe at your own self when you do this. I call this one the hypocrite quitter. This is the guy that will employ cheesy tactics, use exploits, or do everything in their power to grapple you in a way that they know can be frustrating. They clinch you over and over again, shoot takedowns nonstop, and if they get you down, they'll focus on pinning you in one spot for long periods of time. But God forbid you turn the tides on them. God forbid you clinch them back, or you take them down, or you do anything that gives them a taste of their own medicine. Suddenly, they can't be bothered to continue to fight. If you're a hypocrite quitter, chances are you're a little bit of a troll, or dare I say, even slightly sadistic, I think, because I know you really enjoy it when you ruin your opponent's experience. When you feel like you're making your opponent see their rage and you know you're doing something that is actively making the experience intolerable. You find that fun and exciting. And the thing about people like you is you don't want the same thing done to you. You can dish it out all day, but when it's time for you to take it, nah, couldn't be me, bro. Your entire goal is to rob your opponent of satisfaction. You don't want them to have the satisfaction of having a good match because you actively try to ruin that, but you also won't let them have the satisfaction of getting revenge on you. You're also definitely the type of player that would win a fluke match, message the player that you beat and tell him he sucks so bad, and then refuse to give him a rematch. You know he knows he's better than you, but he can't prove it because you won't give him the chance to. You're probably laughing your ass off right now at how accurately I'm describing you, and you just love it. I know you. You're a funny guy, Mr. Hypocrite Quitter. You're a funny guy. The third type of quitter you're gonna come across is the most common type of quitter in these games. I call this one the I hate grappling quitter. Pretty straightforward. This guy is not like the hypocrite quitter who will initiate grappling and then quit once you turn the ties on him. No, no, no. This guy hates all grappling all the time for as long as he lives. If this is you, chances are you mostly play stand and bang. Occasionally though, you venture out into the world of full MMA where, of course, you're going to encounter players who want to grapple you at some point, and you just can't wrap your head around this. Why would anyone want to grapple, especially in this game where the grappling is so stale and boring? Now, usually you give them a chance to stand back up. Maybe they took you down by mistake. Maybe they just wanted to switch things up a bit, but they don't actually want to turn this into a grappling match, right? I mean, they picked DC or Khabib, but like, why would they want to grapple with those guys though, right? So you try to get up instantly and they deny you. You take a deep breath. Calm down, calm down, calm down. You try again and they deny you again. So wait, now this guy is gonna try and pin me? He won't let me move? Nah, fuck this. So you quit, and after you quit, you're probably considering sending him a message telling him to touch grass, because only a nerd, a loser in his mom's basement would ever sit there and grapple in this game, right bro? You're a funny guy too, because if you hate grappling so much in this game, you really never ever have to do it. You have stand and bang in both quick match and in ranked, and you also have stand and bang in offline modes. EA has done everything in their power to give you modes where you never have to worry about someone grabbing the back of your neck or taking you down. Yet you go into full MMA modes and successfully trigger your own self while blaming the other player for, get this, doing MMA in an MMA mode. Oh, I love you guys so much, man. I swear to God. Now, the last quitter you're going to come across is the most rare type of quitter you'll meet. I call this one the righteous quitter. Now, this guy is very simple. He wants to get online, have a normal, fun, competitive match where skill, game knowledge, and the ability to make reads and adapt is what wins you the fight. But no, here comes you cheeseballs and you exploiters and the hypocrite quitters to ruin the experience. Now, if you're the righteous quitter, you're most likely a bit older, more mature. You do have a life. You actually touch grass without feeling the need to remind everyone that you do. And you just don't take this game that seriously. It's not that you hate the game, because someone like you probably wouldn't spend hours on something they hate if they can help it. You just see it as a video game. You have a balanced view of it. So when you get online and your opponent is cheesing and using exploits and obviously trying to ruin your experience, you just leave. You're a stud, and you have better things to do with your time than sit there and deal with cheeseballs. If they message you like, haha, I made you quit, you're the type to either not respond at all because that's obviously beneath you, or you just respond with a thumbs up like, yep, good job, bud, right after you face palm at how pathetic you think they are. Now, it's not that you're not a competitive person. You're just the type of person that flexes those competitive muscles for something important. You prioritize your mental health and you refuse to be bothered by dumb shit. And you're righteous because this is not an act. You're not doing it to seem cool or unbothered. You're actually cool and unbothered. You're exactly the type of person I want to be when I grow up, because I'm not cool and I do get bothered, but you're just so rock solid and well mentally adjusted that you view this game exactly how a normal, moderate, and reasonable person would. You're a chill guy. You're literally the chill guy, and we should all aspire to be just like you. Good job, sir. So there you have it. The 4 types of quitters you're going to run into in these UFC games. I don't care what game it is, whether it's UFC Undisputed, UFC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even the next one that's going to be dropping. You're going to see these types of quitters over and over and over again. And I'm very confident when it comes to that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was supposed to be fun and lighthearted. Please don't take it too seriously and get butthurt, okay? Okay? Have a good one, boys.